everyone, you're watching Global Leaders Network, WINTV. I'm your host, Yun. There are many leaders globally in such area, governments, business, non-profit organization, art industry, hospital, and etc. Global Leaders Network invites variety type of leaders and share their inspirational stories. Today, I invited Rose Guccione, who is a business lady and also adjunct faculty and really opera singer. How are you today, Rose?
I'm well. How are you?
Good.
Good.
So you have so many titles, right? Mm-hmm. And what do you really do?
A lot of things. You know, like any artist, we kind of do jobs that we have that come to us. But I do teach at a university, Dominican University in River Forest, Illinois. I run a singing telegram company, operagram.com. I sing, I act. I teach a course that I love in entrepreneurship for artists at Dominican and elsewhere. So that is basically me in a nutshell.
Wow, you're doing a lot. You know? How do you manage all?
Sometimes I don't. Sometimes I get sick, you know. But I think knowing, setting priorities and scheduling, I think I spend more time actually scheduling things, putting them in an order that makes sense and is manageable than I do actually doing the things. Once I have my time spread out and organized how I want to do it, then I'm able to do it. And sometimes I just have to say no.
Wow, you're a superwoman.
No. No.
So today you are going to show us some opera singing, right? So what kind of song are you going to sing? And can you tell us about the background of the story of the opera?
Sure. The first selection is going to be from from Carmen by Bizet. It's the Habanera, and it's the first time that we see and hear Carmen. The Habanera is basically Carmen describing her philosophy about love and the way she loves and how love is not something that's predictable. The second piece is O mio babbino caro from Puccini's Gianni Schicchi, which is part of his work, the final opera of 3 called Il Trittico. And in that aria, Lauretta everything comes to a grinding halt in the opera, and Lauretta says to her father, "Daddy, please let me marry him. Let me go to the Ponte Vecchio to get the engagement ring. And if you don't let me do this, I will just throw myself over the Ponte Vecchio." So typical teenager antics to manipulate a father.
Wow. By the way, I know the O mio babbino caro.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
I'm not Italiano, but I, you know.
It's a lovely, lovely piece.
You know, my best right now. So another question. We want to know, you know, how was your childhood?
Oof.
And also, were you the typical girl?
I think I was a typical girl in that I wanted my parents to love me, to guide me, to provide for me. But at some point, they were not able to do that well because of their own health issues. And as a girl, I often would overwork, try to do things really well to please, particularly my father. You know, so it was a difficult childhood. My father attempted suicide when I was 10. And that had a profound effect on me. And for me, school and the arts and the ability to look toward other adults that were interested in nurturing me and showing me paths was really crucial. I grew up in the La Villita, the little village neighborhood in Chicago, and I was surrounded by a whole culture of family outside of my nuclear family. So the arts are profoundly profoundly important. And so were the people in my life at that time.
And what was your dream?
My dream, my initial dream was to become a teacher. That's all I wanted to do. I had a plan. It started with my grandfather, who died when I was 7, but I remember him having me on his lap and saying, "You're going to be a teacher one day." So my dream was to become a music teacher. And I knew at 12 that I would have to get a master's degree to at least to do that. But life didn't allow me at that time to go that direction because I had to leave home right after I turned 16.
Wow,
Yeah.
wow, amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, so you grew up with that kind of environment, but we want to also know that, is there any obstacles while you're pursuing your dream?
Pursuing the dream, oh, there's several. I think anyone who pursues a dream, because the dream for me became more clear after my father died when I was in my early 20s. He did commit suicide after suffering from depression for several months. And fortunately now depression, mental illness is beginning to be looked at as something that is here. It happens. And we need to help people who are, who have experienced mental illness of any kind. So when my father committed suicide, it was very difficult, but the one question that came up into my mind was, what would I regret not having tried with my life when I was 62, which is how old he was. He was an old father when he had me. What would I regret not having tried with my life when I'm 62 and looking back? And the answer, like a monkey on my back, was seeing if I could make a living with music. And that set me on a path of, I gave myself until 30. I became very narrowly focused, and I had a 9-to-5 job in a law firm as a legal secretary and assistant. And after work, if I wasn't at a voice lesson, if I wasn't at a coaching session or an acting session, I was in a church basement practicing for 2 hours a night. And it was a blessing to me because in the type of repertoire that I was singing at the time, I could explore my grief and express my grief alone in this church basement over my father's suicide. Through my music, through finding the meaning in the text and the phrasing, the musical phrasing. So it was a blessing, a catharsis, and it set me on a path that eventually got me a job in the lyric opera chorus.
Wow.
And other things.
I see.
Yeah.
Were there any failures, major failures?
Many. Oh, many. I had a pen pal in Texas during this initial journey where I wrote to her once. She laughed when we were together. I wrote to her, I could paper my wall with the rejection letters. See, but I had set a goal for myself. So I just kept saying, you've got to keep accepting the rejection and continue to try, because you've given, Rose, you have given yourself until age 30 to do this. So keep trying. See what needs to be changed. See what else needs to be learned, and just keep trying. Paper that wall, because that wall is ugly anyway, it needs new paper. But keep trying,
What is success to you?
Success? My Uncle Angelo would always say, it's only money. It's only money. I know a lot of people equate success with money, but I think we are in a specific time and place and space in life. We have limited time when we look at the universe and history. So I think what's important in life is, to the best of your ability, do what you love. That may be an avocation, but do something you love. Love yourself. love other people, and leave a legacy for future generations. So that legacy doesn't have to be money. The legacy, money it makes the world go around. Yes, I mean, it's done wonders for funding education in places. For example, at Northeastern, where I've gone. But leaving something for the generations, you know, wisdom or mentorship, that kind of thing, to leave something behind that continues to grow when you're gone. That to me is success. If I've lived a life that has helped other people, that's success.
I see. Any future plan?
Future plans. Right now I'm in a shift. I still perform. In fact, I'll be performing with Chicago Folks Operetta this summer. And I'm grateful for these opportunities, but my focus is shifting a bit. I'm finishing a graduate degree at Northeastern Illinois University in vocal pedagogy. I plan on finding more work or creating more work as well to teach people how to sing well and what to do with that talent once they've gotten to a point where they can actually start auditioning or even creating something for themselves. So the focus for me is my legacy, what I'm leaving behind, taking everything that my ancestors artistically, emotionally have given me and giving it to the next generation. That's my plan.
I see.
So teaching and continuing with operagram.com, performing. I also help a friend who has a startup, selleriaveneta.com. They recently opened a store literally 3 blocks from where I am. So when the store isn't busy, when I'm there, when I have the time to work there, I sometimes write my thesis or do things to help them with their business, you know, in promoting it, that kind of thing. So basically, you know, that's a side project for me, and I want to see them succeed. But for me, it's just paying forward the good people in my life that have given me so much, teachers, mentors, and so on.
I know you love singing, but is there any hobby outside of singing?
This sounds nerdy, but I love to develop websites. I love website design. In fact, the website operagram.com, I designed it.
Wow. Another talent.
Yes, it just, you know, and then going to school at an older age, I graduated undergraduate school in 2014 after I had the career at Lyric, and graduated summa cum laude, honor scholar. So what was good about going back to school for me was it helped me realize that I do have a brain, you know, that I wasn't like just an idiot savant that knew how to sing, you know, not that singers are idiots, we're not, but just, you know, I'm not a one-trick pony, as it were, so.
I see. Any comments to our audiences?
I would say to take an inventory, find what it is you love. Be gentle with yourself, because when you attempt something that's difficult and artistic, we tend to have a critic that does not serve us. So go for what you love, be good to yourself, be good to other people, and try to make the world, we can't change the world as a whole per se, but if we look around and reach out to other people, I think that is something that it helps other people, but it brings us joy. And that would be, and don't give up, keep trying.
So my question this time is, can we hear your singing?
Of course. I'm getting over bronchitis, but yes, it would be my pleasure.
Okay.
croyais si prendre bâti de l'aile s'envola. L'amour est loin depuis l'entendre, depuis longtemps, puis il est là. Tout autour de toi, vite, vite, il vient, ça va, puis il revient. Tu crois le tenir, il t'évite, tu crois l'évite, il te tient. L'amour est enfant de bohème, il n'a jamais, jamais connu de loi. Si tu ne m'aimes pas, je t'aime. Si je t'aime, prends garde à toi. Si tu ne m'aimes pas, si tu ne m'aimes pas, je t'aime. Mais si je t'aime, prends garde à toi. Oh mio bambino caro, mi piace bello, bello, andare in porta rossa a compirar l'anello. Sì, sì, ci voglio andare. E se non posso andare, andrò a Montenegro. Va per buttarmi in arno. Nostro cuore adoramento, oh Dio,
Thank you for watching Global Leaders Network WINTV. I'm Yeseo-yoon. You can watch this through our website and also YouTube. Don't forget to subscribe us. And every Thursday night, 10 p.m., I can meet you again. Until then, stay tuned and have a blessed week. Bye-bye.